All right, we're live. What's going on, everybody? Welcome. It's Wednesday. We are here live in Miami, in my apartment. It's direct to exec. Today, we've got a very special judge helping me out today. He's going to review some of your submissions that you sent in. Got a long one today, about 17 videos coming in from all across the country. Looking forward to hearing your songs, seeing your videos. And before I get into that, of course, I've got to introduce the man who's going to be giving you some feedback. He's an A&R with Atlantic Records. Let's give it up for Knowledge. How are you doing today, man?
Good, man. Good. How's it going?
Very good. I can't complain. So before we get into it, why don't you just tell those who aren't familiar with you a little bit about your background and what you do with Atlantic?
Okay, so yeah, so basically, I'm in Los Angeles, California. Living out here for a while. Originally from New York. Started working with Atlantic I started interning for Atlantic actually about 2 years ago now. A little more than that. No, actually, it's been like 3 years now. It's been about 3 years now. And about last year, I started working with Atlantic in the A&R position. So I worked my way up, literally from intern to a position. And in that time, I've worked with most of the upcoming acts that are on the Atlantic Urban roster: Rico Havoc, Bree Steves, Joe Moses, PJ, Roddy Ricch. I just worked on the Roddy Ricch and Nipsey Hussle project, which is Nipsey Hussle single, which is his new record. Worked on that most recently. And I also work with a lot of the producers on the Atlantic side as well.
All right, that's what it is. That's a pretty solid resume, my man. You're out here killing it. So are you ready to check out some videos, see what the independent side's got for you? What the up-and-comers
Yeah.
are?
Yeah, I'm always excited to hear some new music.
All right, dope. So first video I'm going to kick off this event with is coming in from Roanoke, Virginia. This is Various Layers and Rari Rel of the Not Millionaire Music Group. This looks like a video to the remix of Too Quick, made in Tokyo. So let's just dive right into it and check it out. Once again, Various Layers and Rari Rel. Shout out to you guys. Let's check it out. All right, so that's what it is once again, coming out of Roanoke, VA. Is the artist Various Layers and Bobby Bell. The remix Too Quick. Just digging it, solid flows and all. What did you think, my man?
I thought it was decent. I didn't think they were necessarily talking about much. It was very surface based. I thought it was okay. You know what I mean? I think today's climate, there's a ton of music out there, and a lot of artists are kind of like just doing what a lot of other artists are doing. And there's a real lack of I think creativity going on out there. And I think I don't know if it's just artists aren't artists seeing other artists do a certain type of music and feel like, oh, I could do that too, and they're just doing it. But I don't know if it just seems like there's a lack of passion going on in the game today. So I think that with that being said, that music, that was song that we heard is cool, but at the end of the day, like I don't know if it's gonna pierce through with all the other music that's out there. I don't know if that song is the song that's gonna make someone stop and say, oh wow, who are these guys? You know what I mean? There was nothing unique about it to me. It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. Don't get me wrong. There was talent there, but as far as the music piercing through to where I'm gonna click on the next video and investigate who you guys are and go on your Instagram and look it up, you got to come harder than that.
All right. Well, that's what it is. So I'd have to agree with you on that. So there it is, guys. Just a couple things you can work around. I mean, you definitely have some skill, but like you said, you got to try to find a way to stick out, and it's really tough. I get you, but definitely, you can confirm this because I don't listen to that much Made in Tokyo. This is a remix of one of his songs, I'm guessing, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, which I mean that used to kind of work for people, but I mean you gotta you gotta do better than the original song. It might be, I don't know, but no, I agree with you. Originality is what's going to get you there.
Right.
So that's what it is, guys. Keep doing what you're doing. I like what I'm hearing. Just try to figure out where you could find your niche. All right. So next up, I've got Dre Black coming in out of Anderson, South Carolina, and the name of this video is About That, featuring Cap One, the official video. All right. So let's dive right into it. Let's check it out. Dre Black, you're up next. All right, very cool. That's what it is. Dre Black featuring Cap One with About That. Solid, solid. I dig it. What do you think, Knowledge? What do you think about these guys?
The song wasn't bad. But as I was watching it, I'm thinking to myself, man, it sounds a little dated. And then I looked at it, and it's from what is this, 2015. So I'm like, the song isn't bad, but at the end of the day, it's 4 years old at this point. So I mean, with the climate of music today, you got to release music. You don't have to flood the industry, but you at least have to be consistent with your releases. So every at least 2 months or so, I would say you have to at least be putting out a record. Or every 2 to 3 months, you at least got to be putting out a record to keep it fresh, to keep, like I said, there's too much music out there. SoundCloud, Spotify, Tidal, YouTube. There's all these places you can consume music, and everybody has their favorite artists that they listen to. So now you're in the discovery phase where people are now discovering you. But with, song 4 years old, no one really cares at this point. You know what I mean? They want, okay, that's cool, but they're not going to continue to listen to a song from 4 years ago. So you got to continue to put out new music that's fresh, that can stay on people's minds.
All right, definitely. So there you go. There you go, Dre, Cap One. Um, Try to stay up to date, man. I know that's an issue with some of our other artists. They either try to promote an older video or something like that, but you got to keep it moving. Like it is, like he said, very fast paced. This week's hit last. Never know how long it's going to be around. So I feel you guys keep doing what you're doing and solid quality. Keep it up. You're definitely on the right track. All right. So next up, got another Virginia artist coming up. Goes by the name of Apollo City, and this is the 24 G's official music video. New Legend Productions. So let's check it out. 24 G's. This is Apollo City. You're up next. right, very cool. That's what it is once again. Coming out of Virginia, that was Apollo City with 25 G's. So, knowledge. What's the feedback you got for this guy?
So I thought that with that particular song, it definitely had like that East Coast boom bap hip hop feel. Um, I think that that's another case of a song that just sounds very dated. You know what I'm saying? So with that sound, it's a fine line that you tread because you want to bring back the nostalgia of that, that 90s rap, but at the same time, you still want it to have a fresh angle to where it doesn't feel like it's from that era. You know what I mean? So I think if you keep playing with that sound, um, I think the production has to be stepped up, and then that will make you kind of step up with your lyrics. You know what I'm saying? Kind of step up with what you're bringing to the table. But the production has to be stepped up to where it has that nice bounce, that nice feel of today, but also a reminder of tomorrow. If that makes sense.
No, definitely. It's gotta, you gotta innovate off of the past, not sort of replicate it.
Right. Exactly.
So there you go, Apollo City. A couple things you just need to work on. I definitely agree with that. The mix, especially. Um, get with a couple different engineers and producers to definitely help create your sound because definitely have the lyricism, but you need the overall production. And definitely probably want to step up the video quality as well. But you're on your way, man. I like what you're doing. Next up, I got an artist coming out of Chatham, Louisiana. It's by the name of Y Sappa. And this is not a video, it's just his song. So this is a single for Falling. Let's check it out. Y Sappa, you are up next. Let's see what you got. All right, that's what it is. Very cool stuff. And that was Fallen by Y Sappa, coming out of Chatham, Louisiana. All right, so Knowledge, what did you think of this guy?
I like that record though. I thought it was pretty dope actually. I think he has a nice sound where it's not, it doesn't come off as if he's trying to necessarily mimic anybody or sound like anybody. But at the same time, you can definitely tell he's from Louisiana. He has a Louisiana sound, but not like he's trying to sound like another Louisiana artist, if that makes sense. So yeah, I definitely like that record. I think that record, could do some things, but when I'm looking at it, I see it only had like 100 something views or something like that. So um, I think that maybe you should shoot a video for that. Find somebody with a camera. It doesn't have to be the most expensive, crazy video. It could just be, if you look at a lot of the videos that these newer artists are putting out, they're very simple. Couple of their homeboys, in front of a house, in front of a building, in front of a liquor store, something like that. Um, but yeah, I like the song, man. I think that, based on the views, it makes me feel like you're not promoting it enough. You're not doing enough on your end as an artist to let people know that hey, I got music out. Listen to my music. Listen to my music. So that you gotta be out and about. You gotta be at all the parties. You gotta be at the clubs, meeting the DJs. You gotta be at the hot spots in your city where people consume music, where the kids hang out at. When I say kids, I mean like high school, college kids. You know what I'm saying? You got to be in these places and letting people know, like, yo, I do music. You know what I'm saying? Check my music out, whether it's passing it out for free, you know what I'm saying? Come up with something creative, whether it's standing outside the school, after school, playing the music. You got to figure it out. But with all those views, with only 100 views, I think that indicates to me that you're not doing enough on the artist side to really get your music out there.
Definitely, man. If you weren't going to say it, I was. It's definitely, you got to promote this. 67, that's kind of low. And I imagine that just probably is an organic thing. So if you would actually, I don't know what your promotion game plan is, Sappa, but definitely you got music. You just got to, marketing is the other half of the battle. So if you're not marketing it right, it's going to be an uphill battle the whole time. So keep doing what you're doing. Network, network, network. To meet people and let them know
Right.
what you got. All right. So next up, I got an artist coming out of Chicago. I actually just did a promo of this video today. Goes by the name of Very Fortunate, and this is the Count Me Out freestyle. So let's dive right into that. Very Fortunate, you are up next to see what you got. All right, that's what it is. So very fortunate with the Count Me Out freestyle coming out of Chicago. That's what it is. Knowledge. What feedback do you got for this guy?
You know what? I'm not mad at that one either. I thought that it did have some good elements to it. I think that um, I like the hook a little bit. I think it had to be executed better, but there were elements to it that I think, if executed better, could bring out the song. I think the production just needed to be completely overdone. I think the production wasn't very good at all. So with that being said, I think if you up the production, and there's some elements within that hook that you can pull from that song that you can build upon. I think the verses got to be shortened up, and then the bars itself, like going back to what I was saying earlier, I think people got to start putting more thought into their bars, putting more thought into to what they're saying. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to be J. Cole or Eminem or Kendrick or something like that with your bars, but I think it got to be to a point where it's like, you know, people are saying the same things over and over. You know what I'm saying? They're saying the same exact bars over and over, and it's like, all right, we've heard that. You know what I mean? So we got to start to figure out, how can we say the same thing a different way? How can we say it cleverly? How can we say it with a different cadence where it sounds different? Um, you know what I mean? And that's ultimately what's going to set people apart, and that's what's going to make people stop and listen to you and become fans of you, because you don't sound necessarily like like everybody else. You know what I mean? So um, yeah, I think there's some good stuff in there, some talent to build upon, but we just got to execute that song better.
Okay, fair enough. So there you go. Very fortunate. You just basically Frankenstein that thing, and you definitely have to. Yeah, you could take a couple different elements, fuse them together, of maybe come up with something different. But I feel you, and I'm not sure if you were going for that distorted 808 sound on your kicks. That is, I know that's a very difficult thing to mix. So I don't envy you for having to go through that. So I see what you're doing, but keep it up. Got something in there. All right. Next up, got Wolf Rhymes, aka Fabian Garcia. This is his video for Ninja Master of the Old School, featuring lyrics. Not, well, it's a lyric video, I guess. All right, so Wolf Rhymes, Ninja Master of the Old School. It's a really interesting title. I'm curious to see what you got. Let's check it out. All right, that was a trip. So Wolf Rhymes with Ninja Master, the old school. That was not what I was expecting, but definitely piqued my interest for sure. So knowledge, what did you think of this one?
Um, I didn't think it was very good. I don't know what to. I don't even really know what to say. Honestly, I didn't. I don't know if it was serious or not. It didn't make sense. The video to me with the clips with 8 Mile, I just didn't understand it. So for me personally, it didn't make sense. The video, the song wasn't good. Um, I think you got to start over with that.
Fair enough. Yeah, I'm not really sure. It might have been there might have been something you were going for that's a bit over my head, but I mean, keep throwing stuff at the wall and see what sticks, man. I don't want to tell you to give up, but yeah, that wasn't it. I don't think. But anyway, shout out to you, Wolf Rhymes, the Ninja Master of the old school. All right, next up, got an artist coming out of the DuPont County area of Illinois. Goes by the name of Erasmus. I remember this guy. He's been on my showcase before. This is featuring Revo Sai, and this is his video for Black Pyramids. He actually went out and shot this in Egypt, so shout out to you, man. You actually went all the way to make your vision come true. So let's check him out. Erasmus, Black Pyramids, you're up next. Let's see what you got. All right, that's what it is. Shout out to you, Erasmus, Revo Steve. It's very cool stuff. Props to you for going all the way to Egypt to shoot that. So, knowledge, what do you got for him?
Yeah, I think that was definitely dope that you went out there for that. That's kind of crazy. I thought the video was dope. I thought that the song overall was pretty good too. With some good content in there. I thought the bars or the lyrics within it could at times were a little basic, but overall, I like the concept of the song. I like what you're doing. I saw that you just released it not even a month ago. It's got some good traction. So just keep doing your thing. Make sure you keep promoting it and getting ears and eyes on it.
Definitely, man. I'm digging the concept, and you're definitely taking your craft seriously. So, props to you, Erasmus, and those who are watching. These things. This isn't just to get feedback for yourself, but to see what other people are doing and kind of see where they're doing things right and you're doing things wrong. You can kind of gauge where this is definitely a quality video. Something you guys could definitely learn from that. So keep it up, Erasmus. I like where you're at. Next up, I got an artist coming out of Auburn, Washington. Goes by the name of Gus Bus. And it looks like this is just an audio track. Just came out in January called New Beginning. So let's check it out. New stuff, new beginning. All right, so that's what is New Beginnings. So something on there, but knowledge. What do you think, my man?
That one seemed like it was very early. So a couple things. I think that I like that beat a lot. So I think that the beat selection was really good with that song. There were some elements in that song that I thought were kind of cool, especially in the hook. Um, I feel like it almost didn't even sound like the song was recorded over the beat. It sounded like the song and the you know what I'm saying? It sounded like the beat was playing and he recorded himself rapping. Is you know what I'm saying? It doesn't sound like he recorded over the beat, like in the actual studio or something like that. So I would, if you did, I would re-record that. It definitely sounds like you haven't been rapping that long because you don't sound comfortable on the song. It doesn't sound like you have your rhythm down of how you want to attack the song. But with that being said, I think that there's definitely some good elements in there. It seems like you're very early, maybe you've been doing music a couple of months or something like that. So I would just continue to keep doing what you're doing, getting comfortable on the mic, getting comfortable with what your style is, how you want to approach the record, and just continue to grow as an artist for right now. You know what I mean?
Definitely. So, Gus, the things you got to work on, but I agree with everything you said. You know, step up the quality a little bit. Try to, if you can't find someone necessarily right away to work with, there's plenty of stuff on YouTube that will teach you how to make your songs sound a little bit more crisp, and usually get copies of DAWs from people that will allow you to just at least experiment with that. But you really do want to get with a professional at some point. Keep doing what you're doing, man. I like the concept. So definitely keep going where you're at. Next up, got a group coming out of Portland, Oregon. This is the Get It Squad. And this is La Got It. All right. Shout out to you, Slick Rick, the original. Check it out. Get It Squad, you're up next. right, that's what it is. Shout out, get it, squad. Lottie Dottie, we like to party. Also, a little bit of Tevin Campbell in there. I like what you did, mixing it up. They're back to the 90s. Knowledge, feedback for you guys.
I thought the song was okay. I thought that I like the concept of it, like you said, bringing it back to the '90s. But then, this is another case of a song that's 4 years old. You know what I mean? So it's like you can't present 4-year-old work. You know what I mean? That has to be like a catalog thing. That has to be like, oh, by the way, we did this a few years back. You know what I mean? But people want to know, what have you done lately? What's the new music out? You know what I mean? What can I listen to that's fresh? Like, you know what I mean? That's what hip hop has always been about. It's been about new, fresh, cutting edge, being ahead of the curve, the next wave. You get what I'm saying? So staying true to that, you gotta like, I want to hear the new stuff. I don't want to hear the song from 4 years ago. That's cool, but I want to dive into that and find that on my own. You know what I mean? I want to hear the new music. What do you got new? What can I play in my car right now? You get what I'm saying? So, um, in regards to the song itself, like I said, it wasn't bad. I like the '90s vibe to it. It was a fun record, good feeling, but you gotta come with something more current.
Definitely 100%. Miss Jackson said it best. What have you done for me lately? So get us squad. Just next time, send us the newest shit. All of you guys, honestly, because some of you have also done this. I don't want to single anybody out, but get us squad. Very cool stuff, but 100% agree with what Knowledge is saying. Want to know what's new? What's the freshest shit? So I'm sure you got stuff. Just send it my way next time. You can do it. Keep it going though. Next up, all right. An artist coming out of Milwaukee, hence the name Milwaukee Rel. And this is what Jackin' Mackin' and Trappin' is the name of this song, directed by OJ Did It 414. Let's dive right into this. Let's check it out. Milwaukee Rel, you're up next. See what you got. All right, that's what it is. Once again, that was Milwaukee with Checkin' Mackin' Horse Trapping. Shout out to you, Ro, for including Coast to Coast Live in that video. It's very cool. Uh, plug there and solid production overall. Dug it. But knowledge. What'd you think of that one?
I thought it was pretty good. I thought it was pretty good. I love to see people, from smaller towns who don't really have a name in hip hop, trying to make a name for their city. And I think that by shouting out the city in their songs, that's a good way to get the city behind you in the surrounding areas. Um, I thought the song was pretty good. You know what I mean, for what you're doing right now. So I think I would just continue to promote that song. You know what I mean? Continue to promote it. Like I said, mingling with the DJs in Milwaukee, Chicago, Indianapolis, Detroit, like all those surrounding cities that are kind of close to you that you can get to, that have some music markets. I would try and get to those cities, um, and just try and get as many shows as you can. You know what I mean? One, so you can get fans, but also so you can get the experience of rocking the stage. So when you do get the stage and the stage really matters, you're able to kill it. You know what I'm saying? And then you also got to be active. This is for everybody, but you also got to be active on social media. You know what I mean? Let people know what you're doing. Hey, you know what I mean? That's what it's for. So you can document. I'm doing a video shoot. I'm doing a photo shoot. I'm in the studio. I'm shopping. I'm doing this. You know what I mean? It gives people. It's just content for people to tap in. So when you do have a song, you're gonna get a lot of people that's gonna tap in to your social media because they're buying into the brand. They like what you're promoting. They like you. They like the way you dress, or they think you're funny, or whatever the case. So when you drop a song and you promote it, now you have more people that are listening to that potential song. So I just, like I said, I just think you got to be active on all social media platforms, and you got to be active in real life as far as being out and about and networking and shaking hands and promoting your music.
100 on all of that. So definitely, well, there's a wealth of knowledge in everything he just dropped on you. So definitely, you need to. You can always come back and rewatch this if you need to, but for sure, all of that. And there's strength in numbers. So finding like-minded artists in those areas you mentioned is going to help expand your fan base if you're able to connect with them on the same level, and it'll help you guys leverage shows. Because I know like small towns like that. I'm from Pittsburgh. It's harder. It's harder to get a show in a small town like that by yourself. So the more artists that are able to unite and sort of build a following and crowd, it's going to help you out. But definitely keep doing what you're doing, man. Branch out. All right. So next up, and speaking of the Indianapolis area, this is our next artist. She's coming from Indianapolis. Goes by the name of Cece Chanel. This is her video for Irrelevant, directed by Craig Allen Films. Let's dive right into this next one. Looks like this is also just from January. So Cece Chanel, Irrelevant, you're up next. See what you got. All right, that's what it is. ECL coming out of Indianapolis, Indiana with Irrelevant. Can vibe with that for sure. I was taking that. Knowledge. What'd you think?
I thought that was pretty good. I thought that was pretty good. I liked her tone. I think she has a nice voice that you know, when the song comes on, I think people will hear her voice and be interested automatically. I thought she had some good talent rap wise. Um, Overall, I thought the song was okay. You know, I thought it was pretty good. I think it's a nice song to continue building upon. Each song you got to use like a stepping stone. You know what I'm saying, to the next song. You can build off of that, and you build off of that, and you continue to build. So I think that's a nice song to build off of. It's not. It doesn't feel like the song that's going to necessarily get you all the notoriety that you may be looking for, or really get you, you know, get you popped off. But I think if you continue to grind and just continue to work in the studio, that song will come because you have. It seems like you have the talent. You know what I mean. So it's just a matter of time. Grind, grind, grind. Studio every day. Like I tell everybody else. You know what I mean. Meeting with the DJs, linking with promoters, attending the parties and the clubs. People got to know who you are. You know what I'm saying? And you got to be CC Chanel every time you walk out the door. You get what I'm saying? Only time you get to be your government name self is when you at home with your family. Every time you step out that door, you got to be CC Chanel. You get what I'm saying? So you got to be in full artist mode at all times. So when people see you, they know, oh, that's CC Chanel. Even if they don't know your music, they just know, or they feel like, oh, she look like she do music, or she look like she, you know what I'm saying? You got to exude that image so that people, when they see it, you look like a star, they feel like a star. I think you got some real talent though, but you know, like I said, with the video, let me look real quick. It's January, you're at three. So January 2nd, it's almost 2 months now. It's only 372 views. So that lets me know you're not doing what you got to do on your end. You know what I'm saying? They're not doing what you got to do on your end. Everybody you know should have seen this video at that point. And I know you know more than 300 people. You get what I'm saying? Everybody you've ever met in your life should have seen this video at this point. You texting them the video, you pulling up on them, have a little party, show the video, whatever you got to do, you got to figure it out. But you got to promote yourself. You got to promote the music.
100%. Definitely got something there, CC. I love it. It's catchy. That's what a hook should be. Yeah, he's right. Promoting it is, like you said, half the battle. So keep doing it. I mean, if people hear that song, I don't doubt that they would fuck with it. So you just got to try to reach out in different ways. One of the best pieces of advice I think I've ever gotten is don't be afraid to be annoying. Um, don't actively try to just annoy the shit and spam people, but like don't don't hesitate too much. You got to be willing to stick yourself out there. It's confidence. So there you go, CC Chanel. Shout out to you. Next up, an artist coming out of Ohio, specifically Akron. This artist goes by the name of Benji Bandana. And this is the official video for No Hook. Let's see if that is true. No Hook. All right, Benji, you are up next. Let's see what you got. No Hook. Let's see what it's about. Let's see what it's all about. All right, that's what it is. Shout out to you, Benji, coming in with no hook out of Akron, Ohio. Ladies out here killing it right now. They're stepping their game up. Some of you guys need to get on this level. Knowledge, what do you think of Benji?
I thought it was dope. Obviously, like like she said, there's no hook on the song, so I think it's one of those lyrical exercise type songs, type videos, where it's like, fuck all the other shit. I just want to show you I could rap. You know what I mean? And that's dope because a lot of people can't rap and they just kind of getting by on gimmicks and other things. So, I do like videos like that. Because like I said, they do show your your true talent, your raw talent. Um, but at the end of the day, I'm sure you do have songs. What I'm saying, but at the end of the day, ultimately you're gonna have to have a song. That's ultimately what's gonna draw people to you. That's ultimately what people are gonna put on their playlist, things like that. So, um, but I do feel like when you're a rapper, you do want to kind of release videos like that just to let people know, like, I ain't playing. I can really do this. You know what I'm saying? But ultimately, the song is where you're gonna win at.
All right, that's 100. Definitely, Benji. You got the skill. Just thing about this is like songs. Songs are key. This is one of the big things that a lot of these other A&Rs have emphasized throughout this thing is songwriting is an invaluable tool at your disposal, and publishing is where you're going to be making a lot of money. So definitely would like to hear a song from you, but I ain't mad at what you sent me. I like it. Next up, got an artist, Tiana Leone, coming out of Bernardino, Georgia. Okay. And this is her song for Rain on Me. Let's check it out. Tiana Leone, you are up next. All right, Tiana Leon. Am I on screen? Okay, I just gotta make sure. Sometimes those buttons don't work. Diana Leon with Rain on Me. That was smooth. I was really liking that one. I'm a big R&B neo soul fan, so you won me over easily. But knowledge, what do you think of this young lady?
You know what? I actually really like that. I think that I think it needs to be re-recorded. I saw the vision for it. I think that it needs to be re-recorded. I think that she has to, when she re-records it, she has to kind of let loose a little more. She seemed like she was very timid in the recording. It came across like she was either timid or nervous or just not comfortable. So I'd like to see her re-record that. And then I think with that song, because based on what I heard, I don't know how great her singing voice is. Oh, did my camera just turn on? I don't know how good her singing voice is. So I think that. Can you see me?
Yeah, yeah, I can see you.
Okay.
Oh, it disappeared again. There you are.
Boom. Okay. I think that her singing voice is may not be the greatest. So with that being said, I think if she gets with the right engineer who can help her with the auto tune as far as pitch correction and things like that, that particular song could be very dope. You know what I mean? But it just needs some work on it. It needs to kind of be reworked and smoothed out. But the lyrics to that song were dope. I thought it's a dope vibe. It has a Janae Aiko feel, like that type of laid back dope vibe. But that song could be something really special, I think, if it was done correctly.
Definitely. I hear what you're saying. You can see the vision with that. It's definitely, a rough copy, but if you get with the right people to help you polish that up, maybe add some rain sound effect at the end, like work with maybe a little bit of a vocal coach or stuff like that, just to tighten it up. You've definitely got some stuff. I would definitely keep listening. Keep it up. Ladies out here are getting it today. I'm loving what they're sending me. It's great. So Tayana Leon, shout out to you. Next up, another lady coming out of Houston, Texas, goes by the name of, I'll go with Nisha. And the name of this video is Golden Eyes. Oh, this is just the song. All right, so Nisha with Golden Eyes. Let's check it out. You're up next. Right, that's what it is. Coming out of Houston once again. That was Nisha with Golden Eyes. Dig that. That's a very laid back jam. Love that swing feel to it. Knowledge. Think of this young lady.
I thought that was pretty dope. I thought that was really dope, actually. I think that. Hold on. Can you? I'm sorry, bro. Can you see me?
Now I can. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, man. I thought that was really dope. You know, it was a dope R&B vibe. She was singing, had a message to it. It kept you interested through. It was a little long, especially in today's climate. You know, a lot of songs are in that 3-minute range, but it's an R&B song, so you have a little more leeway. But at the same time, I think that the song was really dope. But something, I mean, you know, I just keep saying it though. Something that I keep seeing is like a lot of these songs have been pretty good. And I look at songs all the time. I listen to music all day long, from new artists to emerging artists to, you know, superstar artists. But when I look at the views and I always look at the views and I look at how long the song's been out, right? So, you know, a lot of you guys, well, all of you guys are independent artists, so a lot of you are putting your songs up through DistroKid or TuneCore or whatever have you. But you guys got to know, like, once you put that song up, that's not the end of it. You know what I'm saying? That's just the beginning. That's the very first step, really, as far as once the song is done, is putting it up. Once you put it up, you still have to market that song. You got to promote that song. If you just put it up, the song could be an amazing song, but if you just put it out there, no one knows it's out there, so no one's really gonna find it. You know what I mean? So you have to like shoot videos, and you have to take, you have to do photo shoots, and you have to do all these things. And when I say this stuff, you know, don't think about it from a money perspective. All you need for a photo shoot is a friend with an iPhone. That's all you need. Friend with an iPhone. You go out around town, you find some dope scenery that you can shoot in front of. You get a nice outfit, and you take you know, you take some shots and you edit them a little bit or whatever. But you know, you got to think of ineffective, in what am I trying to say? Inexpensive way. I'm sorry, inexpensive ways. You know what I mean, to market yourself and promote yourself. Otherwise, you're just making music and no one's hearing it. And I don't think any of you guys are making music for no one to hear it. You know what I mean? So once you put that music up um, through these distribution channels, you gotta promote the music. I can't say it enough.
100%. That's the big thing. A lot of artists are definitely lacking. I agree with you, the marketing aspect. So, guys, definitely, there's plenty of resources out there. You gotta. Um, Trying to think. I'll think of it. There is a book I could recommend you guys if you're interested. But there's plenty of resources out there. It's just that promotion and marketing, building a network of people that fuck with you as much as you fuck with you. Keep doing it, y'all. Nisha, I like that song. Send me some more stuff. Go for
So
it.
everybody can hear me?
Yes. Well,
Okay.
I mean, everyone is essentially able to hear you. I don't know if everyone's logged in right now. They took my view count away on Google, but
Gotcha. Okay. Well, if you can hear me, you are listening. What I want to say on that is they're different. There's plenty of books, right? There's plenty of books out there that you can read, and it'll tell you how to do these different things and network and blah blah blah. But I will tell you, for me personally, the most effective and immediate way for me to get knowledge and information has always been the internet. You know what I'm saying? It's always been going to YouTube and watching interviews. That's what I do. I will I'll go to YouTube and I'll just watch interviews. And I watch it not all day long, but throughout the day, I usually watch at least 1 or 2 interviews a day. Sometimes there'll be 30-minute interviews, sometimes 10-minute interviews. But when you watch these interviews, people, they're artists, they're executives, they're promoters. There's all these different people that are telling their story. They're telling you how they did, what they had to go through to get around these different obstacles that they've come across. And what you'll realize is when you're watching it, you'll be like, damn, something like that's happening with me right now. Okay. And then they'll tell you how to get over it. You just got to listen to it and apply it to what you got going on in your life. You know what I'm saying? And so for me, it's always been, you know, you think about whatever artists you think are really dope, that you really are inspired by, or whatever A&Rs or music industry people that you're really inspired by, and you just type their name in YouTube, such and such, and interview, and see what comes up, and just start watching stuff, and you'll start to learn a lot of stuff.
Definitely, man. I agree with that. It helps you kind of get inside the mind of an artist that's really doing it and start thinking the same way. So there you go, guys. Definitely utilize that trick. I definitely, I got 100% agree with him on that. So next up, we got 3 more for you guys. Now, it was a long showcase today, but it was worth it. I definitely learned about some new artists, so I'm going to be checking you out. This next guy we got goes by Dang Maniac, coming out of Tacoma, Washington. This is a video for No Words. All right, so let's check it out. You're up next, Dang Maniac. Damn, whooped his ass for a reason. That was wrong. All right, damn Maniac. I guess that's why. Very cool video. I was digging that. What you think now?
Yeah, man, I thought the video was definitely creative. I like that. I thought the song itself was dope. It was fun. It wasn't. I think the game needs balance, right? So it's enough of the trap stuff out there and all of that. So I think that music like that, songs like that, add balance. Um, I saw that he does have a little bit of views, so some people are paying attention. So it seems like now it's just a matter of continuing to grow as an artist, continuing to find yourself and mature your sound. Like I said, you got to be consistent with the music that you're putting out. So, every 6 to 8 weeks or so. You know what I'm saying? I'll be putting out a new record, and then shooting a video when you can get around to it, and just constantly promoting that, um, and just growing your following. You know what I'm saying? And eventually, hopefully, you get that song that really kind of catapults you.
Definitely, I agree with you that on the going the different route too. It's much needed. So it was a nice change of pace for this too. Keep doing what you're doing there, Maniac. Um, I agree with that. That looks like it was an older video too. So I'd like to see what you've put out recently. Next up, got an artist coming out of Philly. Goes by the name of Yancey. I don't have this video just pulled up yet. This video is called My Story. All right. So let's check it out. Yancey coming out of Philly. This is his story. See what you got, man. All right, that's what it is. Yancey coming out of Philadelphia with my story or his story, essentially. Cool stuff. Knowledge. What knowledge you got for Yancey here?
Yo,
Yeah, I was just saying, what do you think of this guy?
um, I like that actually. That was pretty good. You know what I'm saying? Like to see that was dope. You know what I'm saying? Like I think it there's a lot of people out there, obviously, that are in situations where they're in wheelchairs or some type of disability they have. You know what I mean? Physical disability. So it's like I think that it's good to see someone that isn't down about the situation. You know what I'm saying? Who's just dealt with the reality of life and is moving on and is still able to like live his life. You feel what I'm saying? So I think it's just a positive message, positive image. I thought the song was actually pretty dope. So um, I don't know how serious you're taking the music. You know what I'm saying? If you just something you're really trying to do, but I think if you just keep doing the music, you know what I'm saying, based on what I just heard, like if you keep doing it, you should be able to develop a following of some sort.
I think so for sure too, man. And that was a very cool intro, I gotta say. With this. Definitely inspiring. I like where you're at, Yancey. So keep doing what you're doing. I wish you all the best, man. Next up, well, I guess last up, got an artist coming out of Vegas. Goes by the name of C. Bessie. You go with C. Bessie. And the name of this video is Snoozing, and it's looked like you're doing some numbers, 10,000. All right, shout out to you, C. Bessie. Let's check it out. Unsigned artist from Vegas. You're up last on our showcase. All right, that's what it is. See Bessie with Snoozing coming out of Vegas. Saw that video. Nice way to end the showcase. Knowledge. What did you think of this man?
I thought it was okay. It wasn't bad. It definitely had that West Coast vibe to it. Reminds me of reminds me of like the sound that we have going on right now in LA. So it's definitely current. I think it just needs to be improved on. But I see it has some decent numbers. It's about a year old now, so we'd like to hear some more music. Um, just keep growing, bro, at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like, just keep doing what you're doing, really. Keep doing what you're doing, releasing new music, shooting videos. The same thing I said for everybody else as far as just networking and getting out there. You know what I'm saying? Come to LA when you get a chance. It's not that far. You know what I'm saying? Come to Phoenix or something like that. Do a show up there. Go to the bed. You know what I'm saying? Go to Oak there, something like that. Try and spread your wings a little bit. Even if you just go out those places for a weekend. You know what I'm saying? And go to some clubs and network a little bit. Just things like that. You know what I mean? You got to do stuff that everybody else is not necessarily doing.
All right. Well, that's what it is. So that brings us to the end today. Knowledge. I appreciate you coming and dropping some knowledge on us. Um, Overall, I mean, if you could give one overarching piece of advice that you kind of think would behoove everyone who submitted today, what do you think that would be?
I mean, the most obvious thing I guess would be, just don't give up, just keep working. But to touch on the point one more time, like I said, I can't stress it enough, is the promotion of the music. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, once you put it out there, that's just the very beginning of the cycle. You got to take it around, you got to shop it, you got to, go to the DJs, you got to go to the stores in your neighborhood, see if they can play it. Go, anywhere you could possibly get a play, you got to start to be creative though. You know what I mean? You got to be creative about how you go about things because obviously they're independent artists, so no one's working with huge budgets or anything like that. Everybody, there's a lot of you guys I'm sure have a day job or something like that, and money's tight. Everybody's been there. You know what I'm saying? So in those situations, that's when you have to be creative about how you go about things and how to spend the money and things like that. So, yeah, that's what I would kind of say to everybody is the promotion of it.
All right, that's beautiful, man. I appreciate the time, consideration you gave to all these artists. If you want to shout yourself out real quick, go ahead and do that. Let them know where they can find you if they want to tweet at you and say thanks or whatever.
So yeah, the only social media I have is Instagram. My handle is God_knowledge. So just everything spelled the way it's supposed to be.
All right, man. I'm blessed. I appreciate your time. Artists, thank you for your submissions. It's very cool. I got some new independent artists I'm going to listen to later tonight. So thank you for that. If you'd like to sign up for future Direct to Execs, you can do so at directtoexec.net. Search under events. We do the online one like this, or you could do it in a studio near you or in another city if not close to you. Definitely, it's worth your time and effort. Just make sure you got solid product ready to present to these guys. They definitely want to see you putting your best effort forward. So just make sure you're ready. But we're more than welcome to have you, and I know the A&Rs especially are willing to hear you guys out. So thank you for your time, y'all. Knowledge, thank you, and
Thank you.
safe. Have a great week.
All right.